Once again, another typical African story. The Democratic Republic of Congo still runs to America, calls them to help them with the peace negotiations and everything. And they signed something, whatever that is called, between America, Rwanda, and Congo. Well, this is without the M23 themselves. This now feeds into the assumption that M23 is backed by Rwanda, because if they are not backed by Rwanda, I'm afraid that they have wasted that paper, and the tree which that paper came from is crying tonight. They can waste their time, whatever, and nobody cares, but it's the paper that I'm worried about, that they just wasted, even if that paper is worth pennies, because you are not resolving the issue if you sit on your own and neglecting or excluding the people who are raising the concerns of what is going on. I mean, it is a typical example of African story, and thanks to the African Union for failing, for being such a useless organization, to fail to handle African matters that they need the United States of America. And Marco Rubio made it very clear. Their interest is bringing American firms and taking critical minerals. He didn't mince his word when we were speaking about what their interest is. It's another story of Africa being looted and corrupt leaders sleeping with the enemy, selling off their minerals to be protected, to be in power. America doesn't care. If they are benefiting, they don't care whether the leader is corrupt or not. But if someone is anti-West like Ibrahim Traore, then they have an issue. They start talking about corruption. But if Tshisekedi is corrupt and incompetent, they actually enjoy it as long as it's their puppet.
Well, thank you all for being here today. I'm honored to be here with my counterparts, the foreign ministers of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo, to witness the Declaration of Principles for Peace in the Eastern DRC. It's a declaration that establishes a fundamental understanding of regional governance, security, economic frameworks, and end the fighting and allow the region to reach its full potential. The eastern part of the Democratic Republic has seen 30 years of conflict. Durable peace and long-lasting economic development is not going to be easy, but it is important. And having both of my counterparts here, of the foreign ministers of these respective countries, demonstrates the beginning of a strong commitment to having the conversations that we need to have in order to reach a resolution. I'm proud to work for a president who's made peace, stable global peace, a priority of this administration. And today is evidence of that. He wants to see a peaceful resolution in many parts of the world, but he wants to see a peaceful resolution here, and we want to play a constructive, productive, and important and key role in ensuring that that can happen. And a durable peace in the Great Lakes region will open the door for greater U.S. and broader Western investment, which will bring about economic opportunities and prosperity. And it will also help advance President Trump's prosperity agenda for the world. It's as they call it, a win-win for everyone involved, for the United States, for the Democratic Republic of Congo, and for Rwanda. Our firms are good corporate citizens, American firms, and they'll bring good governance and ensure responsible, reliable supply chains for things like critical minerals that benefit regional governments and our partners and allies as well. This economic development, combined with durable peace, and I would say durable peace comes before economic development. It's impossible to do without the peace. It will also allow millions of displaced people to return to their homes, to safer communities, with new economic opportunities that have escaped generations. The African Union and regional economic communities in Africa have done incredible work, and we need to recognize that in bringing parties together and laying the foundation for these talks. Our government here is focused on energizing these efforts. So we're going to be in close contact with our African Union partners to make sure we can bring this to fruition and to see that this better future reaches everyone. I do want to especially thank our senior advisor, Mr. Boulos, and his counterparts in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda for their vision and for their hard work. Today is a step to building a peaceful, prosperous Great Lakes region. And we look forward to working with everyone involved to achieve this goal. Thank you.
I don't want to be negative, really. I hope the best for the Congo, but I think the vehicle that they're trying to use is the wrong vehicle to trying to or to obtain or to get to where they want. I don't see how they're going to do it. If they are not involved in the M23, I don't think America will be involved militarily trying to defeat the M23. So I don't know which pathway are they trying to take. I mean, the United States of America has failed in any conditions, in any situations that they have been involved in trying to resolve issues like this, they have absolutely failed. They do not have any track record, not even one. There is no one country in the world that the United States of America have been involved in, whether military or diplomatically, to trying to resolve issues, and they have succeeded. All they want is to take the resources, but nothing will come out of it. I think the delusion of these people, of the Congolese government, of thinking that America is going to help them, it's fucking stupid. I think they know it, but they're just too corrupt. It is just a desperation move to try and hold on to power, because this man has seen that his leadership is under threat, so he needs the backing and the support of the United States of America. But he's definitely doing it at the expense of the country and the people of Congo. That is the reason why the powers that be, they don't want Africa to unite, because they know if Africa unites and speak in one voice, then if Africa is lucky to get leaders like Ibrahim Traore controlling the whole continent, it means the Western influence is gone. It means they have lost their access to free resources or cheap resources that they want from Africa. They know if Africa remains fragmented and divided, it means they will still have fools like Tshisekedi going to them, selling off to be puppets to the United States of America and allowing them to come and take the minerals. It is insane. The same situation is happening in the Sahel region, where there is a lot of terrorism, serious terrorism, and the killing of people. And they've tried it. They've tried to bring France and all these different Western parties to try and help them. And they realized it's useless. They are not helping. So we'd rather chase them away, and we stand on our own and resolve our own problems. And down here in Southern Africa, you see another foolish leader doing the very same thing. When other leaders of Africa are saying, let's stand up and let's take control of our resources to benefit our own people, because they've realized all these promises and all these fancy promises that the Western world has given to us, that if we come to your country, mine those resources, we will help you grow and develop, have never happened. And they mostly African leaders are waking up to it. Even Museveni, the one who is corrupt himself, but he understands that we must get rid of this idea of submitting to the West and worshiping the West as our masters, that everything we need to revolve them with, they have to come to fix our own problems. We must fix our own problems on our own and be in charge of our resources. But there we go. There is Chisekedi going his own way, selling off the resources of the country for in order to be protected in power, so that he can remain in power for his own interests. It's definitely a corrupt leader here. You can look at America's behavior even in the Ukraine situation, when they are stepping in to try and help and resolve to end the war. They're already talking about minerals. Give us all your minerals and this and that. That's who they are. They are colonialists. They are imperialists. All they want is to take what belongs to you, and they give you fake promises of prosperity and nonsense, which have never happened anywhere else in the world. And it's a sad reality that we find ourselves where we are as Africans. That's why we need to unite, so that nonsense like this does not happen in certain other African countries. Thanks to the African Union, really, for being useless, for failing to resolve our own matters. If Americans are people like us, why do you have to involve them in order to resolve this situation? Why can't we resolve it on our own? What special do they have that we need them in order to resolve our own problems?